I was always too afraid to walk away from that steady paycheck.
I mean, why not landscaping? Why not, construction? You're Mexican,
I
right?
got my first haircut when I was about 18, 19 years old because I was just always obsessed about cutting hair. I was looking at pictures.
React to your decision to open up your shop.
My dad was a real hard worker.
Aren't you worried for failure at all?
I had a lot of mentors. I would hang out with people that were in places that I wanted to be.
Where you said, no way, I'm not quitting here.
He has a lot of things. He makes a lot of money. He's married, has kids. Oh, he's successful.
Guys, I want to welcome you to episode 3 of Konstantinople, Journeys Beyond Borders. I'm sitting today with the owner of the Clip Barber Shop. I want to, again, remind you guys and urge you, please subscribe, please follow, comment, like the story. Bro, I want to welcome
thank you for having me on, man.
Yeah. I want to welcome you to this show. First of all, thank you for doing this because I know
bro,
this
I've
is
heard
not.
You talk about it a lot. I've been cutting your hair for a while now, and you've been talking about this for a minute. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited to be here.
I know this isn't something that you typically do. I know this isn't something natural for you, but I appreciate it. That's first. You know that this is the platform where we dive into success stories of ordinary guys like you and me who have made the decision to make that uncomfortable decision to get out of our comfort zone, to achieve something better than just the status quo. I remember when I was sitting in your chair when you were still cutting hair down the street. We're not going to mention the names. We're not going to give anybody shout outs here. Nobody deserves it. But I remember we were sitting, and I was always listening to your inner voice, always talking about aspirations, about going further, going beyond. And now look at this. We're sitting in this shop, this beautiful shop. You got taste, you got art here, you got amazing tables, chairs. It's full of it. And now you can finally call it your own.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? This was a journey for you. And please take me back to the challenges of getting to this position. Where did it begin? How did it start? Walk me into that, please.
So, man, where it all began was I think as a kid, my dad would always, he would cut my hair. He would, call me down to the garage saying, Alec, I need some help down here. I'm all excited and everything. I think he needs help with fixing the car or whatever. And as soon as I get in the garage, the door closes, locks behind me. I see a bunch of little haircut trimmers laid out, a stool. I'm like, damn, I'm about to get a fucking 2-hour haircut from my dad. So he
wanted you to cut his hair.
No, he wanted to cut my hair. I never grew up going to barbershops is what I'm trying to say. I grew up with my dad messing my hair up for about 2 hours in the garage, man. Shout out to him, my first barber.
Nice.
But dude, I got my first haircut when I was about 18, 19 years old. It was down in Southern California at the Pomona swap meet. I was there with my wife.
Hold on, and you said you had your first haircut at 19?
Well, by a barber, man. Yeah. I got a high taper. Yeah.
Got it. So you had your official haircut.
Official professional
haircut.
No dad professional. Yeah.
Got it.
Exactly.
Okay.
And dude, I walk into this little. It's like not a thrift store. What's it called? Like a flea market.
Okay.
Flea market. They had like a little barbershop section set up in the back corner. So I went there. I got a haircut. Old Mexican lady said, we got you right up. I saw this dude tatted up from face, head, down to his feet, legs. And I'm like, man, you know what? I don't know what it is, but I think this tatted up motherfucker, he's got some bars with the clippers. I think he's good. So I waited for him. He cut my hair. And then ever since then, it was I loved the way I looked. We were walking around the flea market. I felt like females were looking at me. I kind of had that little charisma about me. I had a little bounce to me, And I was like, damn, dude, this is sick. I kind of want to do this for other people, give them that little feel-good feeling. It was kind of like God. After I got that haircut, it was like God telling me, hey, man, you know what? This is for you. This is what you got to do.
So, and then that evolved into a passion of yours where you fell into the love of cutting hair.
Cutting hair, man.
So-
I picked up clippers from Walmart, practiced on my brother, some of my friends. Shout out to them, man, because I wouldn't be there without them being my little guinea pigs and whatnot. But you know, I was 19 years old, and I didn't actually, you know, really start taking barbering seriously till I was 25. Because up until I was 19, I was working at it was like an aerospace company. I was a CNC technician. I used to cut metal. So I kind of went from cutting metal to cutting hair. And I lost my job when I was like 25 years old. And I was with that company for like 6 years. So I was like, damn, what the hell am I going to do? You know what? Maybe I should give barbering a look at now that, you know, I don't have that income coming in, you know. So I walked into a barbershop out in North Highlands. That's a area in North Sacramento.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a bunch of Mexican ladies that were cutting hair there. It was a Mexican family salon. Nobody really spoke English, only the owner did. So I walked in and I told them, yeah, I'm a barber. You know, I don't have a license, but I've been cutting hair for 2 years. And she's like, oh, 2 years? I was like, yeah. I really only cut maybe 3 people my entire life, you know, my son and my brother. That's it. And they just got like a number 1 all over, like super easy haircut. I'm like, yeah, I've been cutting 2 years, you know, I've been here and there, woo woo. And they're like, oh, okay. So do you want to start
So you
Saturday?
basically lied to them.
Oh, hell yeah. I wanted it by any means. I wanted to be a barber by any means, man. You know, like a little kid wants to be a superhero or a policeman or a cop. I wanted to be a barber.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to be a barber. Because, like,
Oh,
I was
okay.
just, like, always obsessed about cutting hair. I was looking at pictures. I was, you know, going to barbershops after that, just trying to, like, you know, soak in the culture and whatever. So, yeah, so I started that Saturday, you know, and, damn, dude, I started messing heads up. Like, bad.
Really?
Like, bad. Like, nobody spoke English, but I didn't even need to know Spanish to see, like, these people were hella pissed off at me, bro. Like,
So they couldn't even tell you they were bad.
dude, I just looked at the face. I just seen them, like, look in the mirror, like, fuck, dude, like, what'd you do to me? And then by the end of the day, the lady came over to me. She's like, dude, what's wrong with you? Like, those look horrible. You don't know how to cut hair, do you? And I said, no, I don't. I really don't know how to cut hair, but I want to be a barber. I'm serious about this. Like, can you teach me? And she's like, all right, look, I taught all these ladies that work here when they came from Mexico how to cut hair. I'll teach you how to cut hair. But from now on, don't fucking lie to me. And you can't do skin fades.
Skin fades?
Yeah, no skin fades. just regular 2 on the side.
They
Gentlemen,
didn't
little
trust you
kid
with
haircuts.
anything at that point.
Oh, hell no, man. I thought they were going to have me as like shampoo boy or something like that, bro. Like, or they're just going to tell me to kick rocks, you know? But she saw I was serious and I really wanted to cut hair. So she took me on, and it wasn't until like maybe a year later is when I finally officially went to barber school and got my license. And then I came out here. Once I got my license, I left North Sacramento and I came out here to Roseville.
Talk to me about a misconception. You're the biggest misconception about barbers. What is that one thing that people get wrong about barbers?
Man, I don't know, man. I mean, I just feel like the biggest misconception is it's not a real job. You
It's
know?
not a real job.
Yeah, people don't think it's a real job. They just see like barbers as people, you know, that we come in, we cut a little hair, we bullshit all day.
By job, do you mean a career or do you mean like a...
Well, just like real work, you know, career work. Like people just don't, you know,
They don't value a barber?
they don't see it as, a lot of people don't see it as real work, you know. Like when people think of work, it's like, okay, a desk job, you got a boss, some like strenuous labor, you know, like construction, working in the fields or something.
Yeah, for sure.
But dude, like honestly, man, it's a lot of people like to use barbering as like a stepping stone into entrepreneurship. You know, from cutting hair, being a barber, you can learn about you know, client retention, building a brand.
You're saying so that a lot of people get the thing wrong about the fact that you yourself is is basically an entrepreneur as a barber because of the fact that you do have to, buy your own equipment, your own tools. You gotta set your own hours,
Yeah, you
and
know,
a lot of people think you're just, working a 9 to 5,
we're on
right?
our feet all day, man. We hear about people's problems. You know, I mean, I'm sure people hear this a lot of times. We're like people's therapists. I have conversations with people that, they can't even like have conversations about with like their spouse or best friend or nothing. I don't know what it is about a barber, but people are just hella open to just sharing everything, letting it all come out, bro.
Where were you born?
I was born in Los Angeles,
Los Angeles, but
Yeah.
you started cutting hair here up in NorCal,
up in
right?
Northern California. Yes,
When did you move from LA to NorCal?
man. I was about like 8 or 9 years old
Oh, okay.
when I moved up here. I was in North Highlands for a little brief moment, not too long, and then I grew up in Rockland, a little suburb outside of Sacramento.
Okay. Okay. Nice. After you got your license, what was the next step up from that beyond into that journey to owning up your shop? What was the next step there?
Well, after I got my license, I wanted to move closer to home because I lived out in Roseville at the time with my family, and the only place I could get a job was out in Northgate, because that's kind of like the hood out there. They don't really like. There's some shops out there, they don't care if you have a license or whatnot. They'll just take you on. So, and out here in Roseville, they like to do things a little bit more legitimate. So no shop around here would hire me without a license. So I would be cutting hair out in the north, in North Sacramento every day, and then in the middle of the day, I drive out 30 minutes to go pick my son up from school, drive him back to the barbershop in North Sacramento, cut hair for another like, damn, I'd be there till like 9 o'clock every day with my son, and then my wife would pick him up when she gets out of work, and then it was just too much driving, man. So first thing I was like, man, I got to set up shop closer to home. I love North Sacramento. The culture was real out there. Sacramento's great, but I had to go closer to. I just had to be like in Roseville,
Gotcha.
just where my family is.
Gotcha. So when did you actually open up your shop, your own?
Man, was it 2024? November 2024?
So it's been a little over a year now.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay. So I mean, listen, working for yourself in this field, you kind of gain the knowledge, you gain the experience, but I mean, as you know, a lot of people choose stability.
Right.
They like their steady paycheck. They like they like to know where their money's coming in. What made you decide that you don't want that? You want more than that. Like to take on your own venture and open up, go out that uncertain route, and where did that come from?
So you got a
Where
point
was that
there, man.
aha moment, like where you realized, like, I got to do this, or
Dude, honestly, I was always too afraid to walk away from that steady paycheck, that benefits, because I was a young parent. We had a kid at like 19, so I wanted to keep all that stability there. So venturing off and being an entrepreneur was kind of scary. It wasn't until I got laid off from my 9-to-5 job.
what was
until I
that?
finally
What was
took
that
the job.
9 to 5 job?
I was working at aerospace. I was a CNC technician. I was
So
cutting metal.
at that point, before you even started cutting hair, that's when you realized that you kind of,
I was always daydreaming about being a barber.
at that point you were like, okay, I want to be
I want to be
my
a
own
barber, but I
boss.
was too scared to do it. And it wasn't until like I got laid off. I was like, man, I gotta go for it. I gotta go all in, no holding back.
Now, is being a barber at somebody else's shop different than having your own shop?
Most definitely, most
How
definitely.
how so?
I would say like when you're working at another person's shop, it's a little bit more. You don't have as much responsibility. There's not as much overhead. You just go in, you pay your commission, or you do your booth rent, and you cut hair, act right, and then go home. But then when you're an owner, dude, it's like you're in charge of like multiple personalities all at once. You don't know who's gonna come in through the door. Like your name is on everything basically. every barber's haircut, how they represent your shop. It's a different dynamic, but it's cool, man, because I can set the tone to my barbershop. I can be like as uptight as I can be loose as I want it to be. You know, here like I try to make it open for everyone. You know,
Got it.
I
Got
like
it.
families and just all walks of life to come in.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, it's way different. More responsibility, more overhead, as you said, right? Mm-hmm. So owning up your shop is definitely a step up. Definitely a step into the unknown. You feel like a therapist sometimes.
Oh, hands down. And you know the one of the things about like me too is sometimes like I take a lot of people's problems home with me. You know, when you know somebody. One of the biggest thing too is like a lot of men will come in and you know they as men we want to like provide and you know a good life, good stuff for our families. And you know like just sometimes we forget like we work so hard. We got that requires us to work a lot, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes like you know we're so concentrated on you know chasing like career goals and just like making money, we kind of forget along the lines who we're doing it for.
Yeah.
Like for one thing is like you know like we're working all the time. Okay, like you're working all the time. Are you like hanging out with your family? Maybe like some people should like take the time and the money and just go on a you know vacation or something.
Take that damn
With
vacation, bro.
yeah, take the damn vacation
I oftentimes, man, when I
because
said,
you don't get time back with your family, man. You don't. This time is it's only borrowed.
yeah.
It's not ours.
Honestly, man, I often sit in this chair while you do the work, and for me, it's one of those times where I can actually vent. You know,
Oh yeah.
I've done that. I've done that. You know that I've done that.
How do you feel afterwards?
I feel good, man. Talk to me about the work ethic, maybe that you've gained from your, you know, your family, your upbringing, that allows you to, that gives you the ability to take on that, you know, that responsibility, that, you know, to give you the upper hand in that. Do you have anything specific that you gained from your family upbringing
I would
or your maybe
say
culture?
from my dad. My dad was a
Talk
real
to me about that.
my dad was a real hard worker. He's always like had multiple jobs. He worked in insurance, but we would also build fences together. He would take refereeing. He would referee soccer games. He would just you know do whatever to put money on the table and try to provide a good life for us. And you know, growing up, seeing how hard he would work to give us a good life,
Why did he need to work multiple jobs?
just to give us the little extras we needed, man. You know, if we wanted to go on vacation, you know, he just had that money to save back on. You know, he also taught me a lot about saving money too, investing money in like mutual funds, investing money for my kids. I'm sorry.
But was it like were those jobs not paying enough? Like why did he need to work multiple jobs? Like what was that, or did he just have that work ethic where it was just never enough? Like he was never satisfied.
No, he was definitely satisfied. He wasn't like how do I say it? He he just had a good work ethic. He took pride in everything he did. He just wanted like growing up. He always told us like money was important. We have to have some money to fall back on. We have to, you know, save enough money for our kids. That was just like his whole thing. Just he was a really good provider,
Nice.
and he was always like a good example for me to follow.
Now, what about your mom? What was she like?
Man, my mom, she probably has like the biggest heart I've ever met. Like
The
from
biggest
anyone I've
heart?
ever known. Yeah, she has like the biggest heart. Yeah, she's very sweet lady. Very sweet lady.
What was your one good memory of your mom that you could share with us?
Man, there's a lot of them.
What was your favorite thing about your mom? Regarding the big heart.
She would always just try to like do little sweet things to kind of you know make our childhood special. You know, she she was the type that loved to cook for us. You know, she liked to make birthdays special for everyone. She liked to plan parties for people. You know, she was always very, very giving. Like she was the type of woman, if you know you couldn't afford to pay a bill or afford to pay groceries, she would literally buy groceries and she would give them to you. You know, she just had like a real big heart, and I
Nice.
always admire her for that.
Okay. Now your heritage is Mexican, right?
Yes,
Okay. Your both of your parents are correct.
yes.
Okay. Now is that part of your culture to be that, or do you think they were just, that was just
You
their?
know, it is, man, because you know Mexican people will invite you into our house. First thing we do, we'll ask you if you're hungry. We'll give you a plate. We'll give you a beer, bro. We like family's real big with us, and you know we're very open, very
To anybody, or is it just like your
everybody, man. Every
family
time I met
oriented?
some strangers, dude, like Mexican people, they always embrace me, man. You know, and you know the same thing. My grandpa was the type to give the shirt off of his back to someone. My grandma actually had a crazy story back in Los Angeles. A homeless lady was walking outside of her house, and she claimed to see the Virgin Mary there on her garage door. And so the homeless lady walked up to my grandma's house, knocked on the door, and said, "I saw the Virgin. It was a sign for me to come here." And my grandma literally let that lady sleep on her couch until you know she got on her feet and was able
Wow.
to go take care of herself. Yeah. So
Wow.
like
Okay.
yeah, I guess it's just all like I just had some good examples to like you know look out for people.
That's
You know,
awesome.
try to take care of people.
That's awesome. Now let's switch back into barbering. I mean, I wanted to ask, what about barbering that makes your gears turn? Like I understand, we're gonna go into some stereotypes here because I mean, why not landscaping? Why not construction? You're Mexican,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Why
yeah.
barbering? What about barbering that sparked your interest so much?
Dude, it's the culture, you know. Barbershops, man, they're little staples of the community. People go in, they can bullshit with each other. It's like the poor man's country club, you know.
The poor man's country
Poor
club.
man's country club, man. You just go
Define
in,
that
you're
for me.
accepted,
Explain
man.
that to me real quick.
Poor man's country club. It's like, you know, you walk in, you know everybody. You can talk about like issues that's going on in your neighborhood, your community. You can grab a beer, watch some TV, just kick back, you know, play some chess back in the background, you know. Sometimes you don't even need to get a haircut, man. You can just come through and kick it. So that's it's always been a place for like people to just come and relax, unwind. Sometimes a place where a man can be a man, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit more different now, but
So was it the culture that attracted you,
oh
or
yeah,
was it
it was
actually the
culture.
art?
It was the culture. It was the art. I would see people like Joe the Barber back in the day. He did like a Michael Jordan design on the back of someone's head, and I thought that was hella sick. Um, I would just see like movies like Barbershop, and I thought like, damn, dude, that looks hella cool. Like just it just looked hella cool. It always drew me in. Just something about it, and like I said earlier, like when I felt hella good after getting my first haircut, I really wanted to be able to give that, you know, that feeling to other people as well, you know.
What do you think that specific thing is for barbershops? What are they? What makes them different than just any regular barbershop
Well, you know,
or any
it's funny
regular?
because like places like Great Clips and like Sports Clips and all that. I mean, they're cool for some people, but it's a franchise. It's corporate. They just care about the profit, get people in, get people out, real quick haircut. With barbershops, we're trying to build more of a community, more so than you know trying to get people in and out and turn a product. You know, we try to build relationships with people and build like generations of clientele, or just you know just be that listening ear for someone, man.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things I was told that what barbershops were, it was kind of like the poor man's country club. This is like the last place like a dude can come in, you know, shoot the shit with the guys.
I was always kind of that you bringing that to my next kind of point that you know I've always it's always been in my mind anyway, that, you know, barbershops is more like black culture, right? You're kind of sitting around, you're
Nah,
facing each
man.
other, you're maybe, you know, you may be drinking something, and you know, you're just laughing. Is that true, or is that
You
not
mean specifically black culture? Nah, man. Like barbershop is
like, can a
everywhere,
white guy
bro.
be a barber owner?
Yeah, man.
You know
But
what I
shit,
mean?
maybe white guys need a place to, you know, shoot the shit and talk about their ideas, what matters to them and their
You know
communities.
any barbershops that are like exclusively white?
Mm, I know a couple.
Yeah.
I know a couple.
I always picture like guys facing each other, sitting across from each other, laughing, telling each other's jokes. Like, you're not just sitting to yourself, you know?
Right.
Where you're gonna go into, you know, any regular salon place where, say, like females cut hair. That's different, right? Barbershops are more for like the man type of environment. Would you agree with that or no?
Man, you know, back in the day, I would say yes, but it just kind of depends what kind of barbershop it is. You know, I mean, nowadays you got even female barbers. I got a female barber, you know, and back in the day, that'd probably be like unheard of. I know
Is that
back in,
is that so? That's not right. No, or they used to not be common.
oh hell no, man.
No.
Like back in the day, it was a man space where a man can be a man. They had like Playboys on the coffee table. People could.
For real?
Oh hell yeah, bro. My
Well, that's
dad used to tell me he would go like, dude. Okay, back in the day, my dad's dad would give him 10 cents, 10 cents to go get a haircut. He would go,
10
man,
cents to get a haircut.
get a haircut, man. I don't know what time this was, but that sounds like
Wow.
it's like the 30s or something. But that just was unbelievable, man. Yeah, 10 cents. He get a hot lather shave, you know, with the razor, with the lather, get all smooth, get the haircut. Hear the guys talk their shit. Construction workers talk their shit. People would, like, you know, drink,
Yeah,
have a good time.
yeah. That's what I imagine a barbershop to be. Would you say that you're a pretty creative person?
So. I mean, I kind of like doing designs and everything. You know, I like to think I am. I like to
Okay.
think I'm a little creative.
That's cool. That's cool, man. Now, I mean, this opening up your own shop and, you know, becoming an entrepreneur uh, goes beyond just being, you know, a barber, right? It's something completely
Oh, it's a whole
a
different beast,
different
bro.
realm of existence, I would say, right?
Yep.
And me being an entrepreneur myself, I mean, I know exactly what it takes. I know what it's like. I know the stresses of it. I know you know, the constant pressure, right? How did your family react to your decision to open up your shop?
My wife was hella supportive.
Yeah.
She it probably wasn't for her. I probably wouldn't have gone ahead and done it. You know,
If it wasn't for her,
if it wasn't for her, she kind
if
of
she didn't give you,
she
give
kind
you
of talked.
support?
She gave me like a little pep talk. You know, she gave me a little pep talk,
What
like,
was
you
that
know, I
talk
should just
about?
go do it. You know, one of the shops I was working at, you know, they were about to open up a second shop, and my wife was like, "I don't know why you don't open up your own shop. Like you're like the busiest barber that I know, that she knows of. You know, you got more than enough clientele. I don't know like what's keeping you from going to that next level." And then I'm like, damn, you know what? Like maybe I should do it. It just kind of like stuck with me when we had that conversation. And then literally the next day, I was driving down the road and I saw a little for rent sign pop up on this building right here. And you know, I stopped in, I looked at it. I was like, man, dude, you know what? This is pretty cool. Like I like the spot. Lady next door hops out. She's like, she used to come. My mom's here back in the day, I guess. And she's like, man, you need to, like, this place is for rent.
The landlord?
No. There's a lady that owns a salon next door.
Oh, okay.
Nicole, yeah. She pops her head out. She's like, what are you doing here? And I was like, oh, I'm just checking out, you know, the place. And she's like, oh, are you Kathy's son? I was like, yeah, yeah. Oh, you're a barber, huh? Like, you need to get this spot. And I was like, yeah. She's like, yeah, yeah. You need to get this spot. Like, you need to hop on it. It's a good location.
Almost a godsend,
It
isn't
was
it?
almost like a godsend, yeah. And then 3 months later, I'm here. I'm here
Wow.
opening up my own thing.
So if your wife didn't give you the push, do you think you would have done it on your own?
Maybe eventually, but a lot of things with like business, I'm learning. It's like some of it's like not just like knowledge of what you know. It's sometimes luck, and it's sometimes opportunity, and then it's taking certain opportunities when they're presented. Like striking while the iron's hot, kind of a thing, fool. So that's kind of what I had to do. Like I saw it was a good spot. I thought other people would want it, and a yoga studio actually wanted to get this spot before I was able to get it. But it was just just when the opportunity comes up, you gotta.
How long did you spend second guessing yourself before doing it? How many years?
How many years?
If it was years.
I was always toying with the idea, man. I would say, man, I've been cutting like 9 years total. I would say about like 6 years. I was just like, hey, I want to do this. Like, nah, I don't. Oh yeah, I want it. Nah, I don't.
So you're on the fence for that.
I was just on the fence, yeah.
Nice. Okay. All right. Well, let's switch gears a little bit and talk about your vision a little bit.
Okay.
Since the opening of the shop, would you say that your vision has changed a bit? You said that it's been over a year now, right?
Right.
That you've been open. How has your vision changed over this course of that year, since the start to now?
I'm lucky. I got a great team here. I would say like.
Are they the driving force of this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, man. I would say like just with the people I got here right now, it's pretty far beyond my expectations. How I would think it would be. We grew pretty fast. I know a lot of barbershop owners, they'll have like a year or two until they get like somebody with them. I've damn near got like all my chairs filled up.
So a typical barbershop at opening would work on it. The owner would work on it by himself for over a year?
Well, it kind of depends. Okay, so for my situation, it happened overnight. Like I had the money saved up to get a barbershop, but I wasn't like actually looking for a barbershop. When the opportunity came up, I took it. I didn't really have any time to prepare. I didn't really have any time to network and, get in people's ears like, hey, I'm opening up a barbershop. Do you want to come with me when I open it up? Dude, literally, like I applied for the place, I got it, and then like a month later, I got the keys. And then I just like got to work on the place, and it was literally like from one day to another. It just was like boom, boom, boom.
Did you actually realize when you actually got the place that you actually got the place?
I was like, I did? Like shit. Like
really?
Fuck, dude. Yeah, I was surprised. I was
So you had no plan, basically.
I had no plan, man.
It happened that fast.
It just happened that fast.
So you were like, it wasn't like, okay, we're working on finding a shop. We're gonna get this and this and this.
It literally wasn't, man.
Spontaneous.
Like literally, the sign for this place went up one day. I noticed it, checked it out, turned in the application, and I was lucky enough to get it.
Bro, how does that happen though? Like, aren't you worried for failure at all? Aren't you worried that okay, you're gonna lock up this lease. Mm-hmm. You're not gonna get anyone in the chairs. You got your clients. I get it, but like, if you don't find anyone to to fill these stations, no one's gonna. The revenue's not coming. So how do you? Yeah. Where's the thought process in that?
Honestly, man, I was just confident in myself. I just had to bet 100% on myself. I knew that I was able to keep a business open on my own if needed be for however long I might have to. I'm confident in my, ability to like build clientele, how to market. A lot of my clientele, it was all from, social media marketing, posting on groups, on Facebook, on Instagram, just going out, handing out cards to people. So I had the hustle already. So it wasn't really anything to me to like go ahead and make this step. So like once I did build that confidence,
So that hustle mentality in you already kind of told you that, listen, no matter how long it takes, I know I can make this work?
I want to make it work. Oh, definitely.
Nice.
Definitely.
Awesome.
And you can't really question yourself either. You got to go in with that mentality. I mean,
But that didn't come to you,
yeah.
right? That you had to develop that over the
I had to
years.
develop it. Yeah, definitely. It took, honestly, I think what it really took was working for, people that, put it in a nice way, kind of had their head up their ass, and, just observing how, because I worked with a lot of barbershops. I've picked up a lot of things, positive and negative, and it just, dealing with other owners, them thinking like you're an employee. I was tired of working for other people, man. I was just sick of.
They didn't take care of you, is what you're saying, right?
Nah, man. I was. Some shops didn't. Some shops wouldn't. Some shops I worked at, the owner was so selfish. He was all about himself. He was the only one that was allowed to answer the phone at one of my shops. I was at another barber shop that they did take care of me. It was a cool environment. I learned a lot. But it was just lack of accountability and playing the blame game with people. If something went wrong, oh, it's one of your guys' problems that this is going on with my barbershop. And I was just kind of tired of tired of dealing with all of that stuff.
Was there ever a time where you realized, like, listen, when I open up my shop, I'm not gonna do this and this? Like, what were those things that you knew you weren't gonna, you didn't want to have in your shop when you had it? Whenever you open up your shop, you knew you were gonna have those type of, that culture. What were those things?
Man, one thing is, I feel like you don't gotta lie to kick it. You just gotta be real, and you just gotta own up to things when you fuck up. Like that's just my thing. If I double book, man, that's my fuck up. But let me take care of you. I'm running behind. Oh, I'm not gonna say, I'm behind because my last guy was late, or I got this going on in my personal life, whatever. You're like, no, dude, I'm gonna say, hey, you know what, I fucked up, but I'm gonna be sure to take care of you. And
You learned not to make excuses, basically.
No excuses, man, because no one wants to hear that shit. I don't like hearing that shit.
Alec is good, bro. Alec is actually, listen, you know what we started doing?
Oh.
We started doing this walk and a workout every day.
Oh, hell yeah.
So we have this Dry Creek park where we by our house.
Mm-hmm.
It's 1.3 miles in one direction, so 2.6 both ways. And what we do is we do this walk every day, and then it's a walk we do like a walk/run, like a slight jog, and we work out at that. There's like a workout park at the end of it,
Mm-hmm.
So we started doing that every day, and honestly, bro, we've been connecting so much better on this walk.
That's good.
Because he keeps talking to me about his Minecraft. He keeps talking about his little, his little school buddies.
Oh yeah.
All the time.
How's he doing with that? Everyone treating him good?
It's good, man.
Yeah.
It's good, but again, I'm for me, I want him to stay away from the little games as much as possible,
Mm-hmm.
and be more concentrated on, on developing himself. Those kids out there, man, they play games all day long. They don't do nothing. So it's like, oh yeah, can I go to my friend's house? And it's like, yeah, but what are you gonna do there? Oh yeah, we're just gonna play games. Well, I know you're gonna play games, but that's about all you're gonna do.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm not worried about him, to be honest. But he's a good kid. But I like the fact that we're starting.
I think it's dope. You guys are having some father-son time, man.
It's definitely something that's beneficial to both of us.
Sometimes as business owners, it's hard to find that time. We forget, and before we know it, bam, you blink, they're out of high school. They want to move out, do their own thing, and all that.
Bro, I mean, my kid is 12. How old is yours?
13.
13.
13.
Yeah. It's before we know it. Before we know it, they're gonna be 17, 18, and it's gonna be over.
Yeah, bro. It's like I had this dream.
And we're gonna miss it.
Yeah, bro. I have this dream like years ago. I was taking a walk with my son in this dream, and I was pushing a stroller. And I think my son was six or 4 years old or something. And anyway, he's just telling me all these cute little kid dreams, like, oh, I'm gonna be an astronaut when I grow up. I'm gonna save the world. By cleaning it up,
Oh yeah.
all the trash. Yeah. And I'm just telling him, oh yeah, okay, yeah, it's cool. You can do that. I believe in you. He's like, hey, Dad, pick me up. So I was like, okay, son. So I stop. I pick him up, put him up in the air, and then like at that moment, I snapped out of my dream. I woke up, and then at this time, me, my wife, and my son, we lived in like a 1-bedroom apartment when we first started out when we were younger, and we would all sleep like in the same bedroom. And I looked over and I see my son sleeping there, and he's like,
How old is he?
in real life, he was like 10 years old. And I just looked at him. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, the last time I picked him up and I set him down, I didn't realize I wasn't going to pick him up again. You know what I mean? It was like, dude, I put him down this one time. And then after that, I'm like, man, no, my back hurts. Oh, no, I'll get you later. Oh, I'm busy. You know, I got to go work. And then, you know, you just don't realize like little moments like that are going to be the last ones. So I always remember that, bro, when I debate myself, like, oh, should I just save money or should I pick up another couple shifts or should I just go out with the homies and bullshit? I think, nah, man, this time with my family and the people that are going to be there for me, like, when I die, is much more important.
Yeah. No, I realize that too. I realize that often because I don't even understand. We were driving today, and we were driving past our place we used to live at, and I'm like, hey, Alec, remember you used to live like, you know, when we used to live here? And he was 3 at the time when we were living there.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I remember some things from the place. And he's like, he started talking to me how he was walking up the stairs up because it was a third floor condo, and I was like, dude, you were 3, you're already 12, and it was just like as if it was yesterday, man. And I don't know. Sometimes it gets me emotional, but a lot of times I realize that our job is to bring them up to a point where even when they grow up, they'll want to come back to you. They'll want to spend time with you, you know? They'll want to watch that movie at you know, they'll come back to the house at 25 and be like, hey, listen, Dad, let's watch a movie. Let's go for a walk. Let's grab a beer maybe. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think that's what it's about. It's not about getting them out of the house as fast as possible. It's about
enjoying that quality time
and enjoying it after they're adults, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
So,
You know, like one of my fears is like I noticed how the culture is nowadays that as soon as our parents get to age, people want to throw them in a home and not even like, you know, care about them or take care of them. Like, dude, come on, these people, they change your fucking diapers, they paid for your uniforms when you wanted to do sports, you know, like, what the hell, man, get back, take care of them again. But, you know, when you do things like even just like when you're doing all that athletic stuff with Alec, man, he's gonna remember that forever.
That's why I kind of, you know, I caught on to that early when he kind of, it was his idea, honestly. He was like,
smart, bro.
he's like, let's do this, because like it was random too. It was random because he was just like, listen, you know, let's do this thing daily, you know, let's do this. We tried it one time, and he's like, Dad, let's do this daily. And because I guess for him it's better than just doing a workout at home, because I force it on him a little bit. I tell him, you know, you got to do your 50 push-ups a day, you got to do your V-ups, you got to do your pull-ups. I tell him that all the time.
Good.
Because I mean, like,
structure.
if you're not playing sports, if you're not athletic, if you're not, you know, because he used to do basketball and all. If you're not doing any of that, you got to at least, you know, keep up and do basics, you know? These are basics. Have you ever felt like quitting? Was there ever a thought to quit? Did it ever get to a point where you think, this ain't worth it?
Absolutely. In the beginning, there was a couple times I wanted to quit, but it was mainly because like I'm my own harshest critic, and I always kind of felt like my work could always be better. Sorry, I thought it could always be a little bit better, and I didn't feel like it was good enough at one point. Even though I was getting a lot of requests, I was getting a lot of clientele. Personally, I didn't like the standard of what my work I was pushing out. So I'm like, man, I want to quit. I'm gonna do construction, or I'm gonna work a 9 to 5. Maybe I'll go to paramedic school like I was originally gonna do.
And wait, this happened after you've opened up your shop, or
No,
is
no, no.
before?
Oh, no. This was like way before I opened up a shop when I was starting out my barbering career.
But during the time where you're actually when you've opened up your own shop, when you became that that solopreneur where you're working on your own, you have your own you have your own shop at this point.
Thinking of giving up?
Yeah, was
Never,
that
man.
never at that point?
I came so fucking far.
So after the point
go
of opening up that place, you said, "There's nothing that will prevent me from keeping going.
Nothing.
There's nothing that will make you quit."
Nothing that'll make me quit, man.
When did that happen? When did you realize that
Once
what clicked in your mind, and at what point where you said, "No way, I'm not quitting here"?
Once I signed those papers, once I sold some of my belongings and gave up like the cash I saved up to open up this place, I knew I couldn't go backwards, especially because I had some people not happy with me opening up this barbershop too. I wanted to, in a way, kind of prove like, hey, look, I'm gonna be successful on my own thing. Like I'm not gonna let like haters try to like sabotage my barbershop and let them win and get away with it, bro. Like I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm just gonna keep progressing, succeeding, man, persevering.
So did you develop some enemies in the process here, or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, the barber game has a lot of jealousy in it, man.
Really?
So yeah, some barbershops are territorial.
Really?
They get a little territorial. They think they own a block or whatever. A lot of people, and that's just, I think, I don't want to just say barbers. I think people in general, like we got a habit of like ignoring what's on our plate and looking at another man's plate.
People get jealous that somebody's doing something that like where does this stem from? Is it just people's jealousy? Because I understand. I mean I'm a business owner. I get it. But is the barber game different? Are people in this game a little bit on a different level in terms of drama, jealousy, and
it could be because, man, I've known barbers that were like happy for me. I know people that like had nothing but love, support, wanted to do anything to like kind of help me out. I've had barbers that would just kind of talk shit behind my back. I've had barbers book
like
appointments.
Your friends, like your ex-friends, your owners, or your
I would just say some barbers in general.
Okay.
Yeah, just people in general. Yeah, man, I've had people try to make appointments with fake numbers, fake emails, and they wouldn't show up. And when I would call to say, "Hey, are you on the way?"
For what? For what reason?
For a haircut. Maybe to throw like I don't know. Maybe they think it'll throw me off or annoy me. I don't know. Like it's
to fill up your
petty.
schedule, not
something like that. Yeah, to fill me up and
like with a fake appointment or whatever.
With a fake appointment. So what they'll do is they'll book the most expensive service and the most time-consuming service, and then it'll block off like an hour and a half of my day. And then when that appointment comes around, they not show up. I give them a phone call. It says, "Oh, the number's been disconnected," and it's I just think it's funny, man. I think
how did you react to that?
Man, honestly, it just kind of made me laugh.
Really?
It kind of made me laugh, and
you weren't frustrated?
Nah, man, because I get, not to toot my own horn or anything, but I'm so busy. It gave me a little lunch break. So it was cool, man. It gave me a little bit of a break, but after a while it gets a little annoying. So I had to reach out to whoever I thought might have been doing it, and as soon as I did that, the appointments kind of stopped right after. So
Once you kind of ignore the noise for a while, they see it's not working and they kind of quit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know what that's like.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about this, the Clip brand. Like, how do you infuse your personality to stand out? To stand out in front of all the competition, all the other shops around. Like, what do you feel like you do different?
Man, the team I got here, sorry, they care more about just getting people in and getting people out. We love what we do here. We're always like, educating ourselves on the newest styles or new techniques. I got a barber here who loves doing designs. She's super dope with the designs. My barber Loops, shout out Loops. The barber, man. I have
Loops
another
is-
barber. Yeah, Loops is tight, huh?
Moves is tight. I like her.
She's my little lesbian homie. My little bro.
Little bro.
Yeah, man, I love
Nice.
Loops. And then I got Carlos here, man. Carlos brings a dope energy. He makes people feel at home, man. He's got a big personality, dude. I got Jesse here, man. He's a young hitter in the game, man. He's gonna be on the up and up. And I got Gabe here too, bro. Like I'm blessed, man. We got people that really love what they do.
You don't want a quick turnaround. You want people to stick around and develop the culture here, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And people that like care about how people look, care about
What's that
their
one
personality,
What
Like,
if
or
you
not
were to
personality.
what
My
if
bad.
you were to name that one aspect of your business here of the culture and Clip? What would it be? Like
aspect?
if you were to like name one specific thing that pertains to the culture of the Clip, what would it be?
Shit, that we're the best.
The best?
We're the best, man.
We're the best?
You won't get
Okay.
a better haircut anywhere else.
Nice. Now, I mean, barbershops are, they're big on, the music, the art and everything. How do you decide as to, what music you play, what art you put on the walls, and what is it? Where does that come from? Is that your own creativity, or is that something you see?
Yeah, man, it's
something
that,
you
and it's
find
a
on
little bit of
Instagram or whatever.
it's a little bit of a group effort too, man. Like personally, I like lowrider oldies. So here
Okay.
you'll like there's a lot of like lowrider themes, a lot of Chicano traditional art on the walls. We have Spanish music. We listen to hip hop. I guess you could say we're pretty multicultural here. Like anybody could just walk in and feel right at home.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what we push here, our individuality.
So it's nothing specific, no specific culture. You want to be more or less versatile. Would
Just
that be
versatile,
correct?
yeah.
Yeah.
We're all people. We just all want to get it look good. We all just want a place to kick it.
Okay.
It's the clip.
Nice. I mean, now you're talking about your team. What's the key to finding that right person who will propel you forward instead of like dragging you down? How do you focus on that, and what do you concentrate on to find that correct person to join your team? How do you know if he's a good fit?
I don't know if he's a good fit. I mean, to be real, you just have to kind of pass the vibe check,
What's the vibe check?
man, just kind of seeing where his head is in barbering, like I guess just kind of trying to test them a bit, seeing their professionalism, how they talk, how they carry themselves, I ask them what professionalism means to them.
Do they go
ask
through
a little
like
bit about themselves. I get a little bit about their background. I feel like I got a pretty good judgment of character with some people.
You give anyone like a test run or something, like a trial period
Yeah,
or
I get
whatever?
a couple weeks, see what's up, and then
Yeah.
if I don't like what I see, if I feel like someone can't grow, if I feel like they can't, work on what needs to be worked on, I would probably just let them go.
So
How
what
does
were
that go?
those key characteristics? Do they have to be like a good listener? Do they have to be
Mm-hmm.
professional?
They gotta be professional, man. I'm big on smells, man. So
Big on smells?
yeah, people gotta be clean, bro. Like they can't have their breath humming. They gotta have their clothes washed. That's just basic stuff. Not
You had
looking all
problems with
wrinkled.
that before?
Man, I've been in other barbershops where dudes would just like, they'll wear sweatpants every day or they'll come in with hella wrinkles. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I used to come in with hella wrinkle shirts. I looked like a bum back in the day, and looking back at a lot of some of the bad things I was doing, I'm like, you know what? Looking back, I probably wouldn't have hired someone like me 6 years ago. You know,
You learned that.
I learned that. Yeah,
You learned that the
I had to
hard
take
way?
a big look in the mirror. Nah, just yeah. No, I wouldn't say the hard way.
No?
I wouldn't say the hard way, man, but just I like to do a lot of self-reflecting.
Is it is this something more of like a mentor that helped you, or is this something you kind of noticed on your own?
Honestly, I would say mentors.
Mentors?
I had a lot of mentors. I would hang out with people that were in places that I wanted to be.
Talk to me about
just hang around with
mentors.
them.
What type of importance do you place on that?
Man, I feel like a mentor, they can cut out a lot of the trial and error bullshit. But at the same time, I feel like sometimes people need to have like a little learning curve and fuck up on their own. My mentors just kind of like they taught me the importance of paying taxes. I had a lot of business mentors telling me like use other people's money, investing, just things of that nature.
Did you have a lot of mentors?
I had mentors with different things. I had a mentor in barbering. I had a mentor in just I had people that I looked up to that were good family men. That I felt like were great leaders in their family. Supportive husbands to their wives and just good dads. I had people that was a person that was a mentor for that. Honestly, my dad too. I felt like he was a good dad.
So
mentors and like like just everything, man.
So would you say that you had specific mentors for specific
needs, yeah.
specific needs? So you could, if you needed like a if you had a family concern or whatever question, you'd know who to go to. But if you had like a business question, it would be someone else that you would reach out to. Interesting.
And sometimes those mentors might turn into your enemies, I guess.
Really?
You could say too, yeah.
Your mentors can turn into your enemies.
I've had a mentor in God, like religion, I guess you could say. I would always go to this dude about questions about the Bible. He would school me up on scripture, and he was a cool dude, man. I can't honestly, I can't really say nothing bad about him, but honestly, some people, they don't like when you do better, when they see you elevate in life. They get jealous and people's true colors end up coming out. So sometimes when you like reach a different level is what I'm noticing, like people's true colors that you looked up to come out, and then they maybe see you as like an equal or an opponent or something. I don't know.
So your mentor got just
one of my big
jealous
mentors.
of you.
Yeah.
You would say he got jealous of you?
I would say he got jealous. I don't know what it was, man.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
So you consider this guy someone that
I felt like he had
to.
a lot more in life than I did, man. He had a good family. He had a lot of things. He was in a position where I wanted to be one day. Some people like
it's quite unfortunate.
So close for me, yeah, man. So it hurts, but hey, what are you gonna do? You got to keep going.
Okay.
I take it as flattery, man.
Yeah.
Flattered, yeah.
If
you don't have haters, you ain't doing nothing right.
So you get flattered if someone gets jealous of you.
I wouldn't say that. Nah, I wouldn't.
No?
I wouldn't say that, man. But like, I'm not. I try to turn like negative emotions into something positive, man. I don't want to dwell on things. I don't want to be the type that's gonna plot and move out of spite. I don't want to be a spiteful person, Again, I'm the type that likes to laugh things off.
So what?
That's the kind of person I am.
So what happens to your relationship at that point when you see that the person you looked up to before now begins to look down on you at that point?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do to that? What happens to that relationship?
Man, I don't wish no evil, no harm, no misfortune. Just, hey, man, like, good luck with you. I'm gonna be going this way. You can go that way, and let's just leave it at that. I don't have no hate for no one.
Do you have a lot of mentors that you've had in the past that remain your mentors now?
I have a couple, yeah.
Yeah,
I have a couple of them.
and they still,
I can read, like, I don't keep in touch with them like I used to, because I just been so busy here, and just busy, trying to balance building a barbershop and balance being a dad and a husband, and we just had a new baby a couple months ago too.
Yeah.
So there's just been
Congrats,
a bunch going
bro.
on. Yeah, thank you, man. So
Congrats on that.
little Miklo, little Leandro Miklo, that's
Nice.
his name, man.
Shout
So,
out.
shout out to you, baby. My son Anthony too. That's my future barber. I got his chair waiting right there.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, we're gonna jump
So-
into that a little bit, but listen, man. This is a question I ask everybody. This is a question I want a good, thoughtful response on. I always give this question as a forewarning to all my guests.
Oh man, here it comes.
I want to know, based on your experience now and based on what you know, based on what you've been through, what is that definition of success for you? And once, if you can identify it, how do you know, that you've reached it? Or how do you know how will you know you have reached it once you do?
That's a tough thing. That's a tough question, man. I feel like success is like, it differs from people to people. Some people will look at someone that's like, okay, he has a lot of things, he makes a lot of money, he's married, has kids, oh, he's successful. I think, me personally, being successful means you've mastered something and you're good at doing it. Like, I'm a successful barber, for an example. I feel like I'm successful, not in the aspect of I give a perfect haircut, but as I'm able to build clientele, I'm able to move any city, anywhere I want, make, and just build, and I wouldn't have to worry because I got my skill, I got my hustle. Being like a successful businessman, just knowing how to maneuver the business world and being able to provide, just being an expert on something. Does that make sense?
So success for you is something.
Is someone that can like set goals and achieve those goals.
But you were talking about being an expert.
An expert, yeah.
So you can't be, unless you're an expert. You don't think that a person can be successful.
An expert on a successful whatever it is you are aspiring to be.
Do you think you're successful?
I feel like I'm successful. I'm a successful barber. I'm open, 1 year here. Am I a successful businessman? I don't know yet. It's still real early. Let's see if I can get this place going like another 5-10 years. Let's see if I can, franchise and branch out. And then I will know if I'm successful. And pretty soon, if I can do it with no effort, then yeah.
So there's steps to success.
There's
is what you're
steps to
saying.
success. Yeah.
Very cool.
That's my
Interesting.
take.
I
on
never
it.
heard that take before.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's
I
cool,
have a
man.
lot of weird stoner thoughts, even though I don't smoke or nothing. Like, I just think a lot.
So once you've achieved a certain level, you're like, okay, I'm good here. I've reached my success. Now it's on to the next one type of thing.
Next thing, yeah, exactly.
Interesting. So let's move into that then. Okay, so you got your shop here. You've been open over a year. What's
yep.
phase 2 look like? What's the next step?
Phase 2 is I want to be able to help other people build.
So you want to build other people
I want to build other people too. I want to be
within
able to
your
help-
shop or
within my shop.
around the community?
Well, within my shop, within the community, one thing I do too is I'm also I teach people how to cut hair on the side too. People will pay me for a couple lessons, and it's not much, but I like being able to do it. I like being able to. I have a couple apprentices here. I like to be able to teach them the game, give them some of my knowledge of some of the things I went through. Sorry. My next step here would probably be, just teaching them, schooling them on those things, watching them grow, and then trying to make the shop grow too. I don't know, man. I don't.
I see.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's hard to see the entire picture, right? Without it being in front of you. You know, once it's there, once it happens, you're like, okay, yeah, this was the goal originally. It was, you couldn't pinpoint it at that point, but once it happens, you're like, yes, that's it. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, listen, you got your skills, you got your knowledge, but I mean, you're a solopreneur, right?
Right.
How do you plan to take it to the next level? Do you think you want to continue being, going on your own? Do you want to partner up? Do you want to franchise? What do you think would work for you?
Once I master barbering, man, I wanna be able to open another barbershop. And then, okay, I got 2 barbershops going. I got 2 running. Okay, what's next? I don't want to open another barbershop because there's only so much capital you can make at a barbershop. All right, maybe a nail salon, put them on commission.
So talk to me about that. What's the possibility of, what are the real numbers for having one barbershop? What can you possibly achieve with one barbershop? Like, what do you think that the peak is at that point?
The peak is, so it's...
How many chairs can we put in this shop right here? What do you
realistically, I could probably put like 10 if I don't have like a little break room. I could put like 10 or 11 in here. But right now I got 7 chairs up in here.
Can you tell me like a ballpark of what can you expect to make as a barbershop owner
As
with
a
having
barbershop owner?
with one shop?
With one shop? Well, it just depends how many chairs you have. It depends how you run it. You can either do commission or you can do booth rental.
Okay.
With booth rental, like, think of it as like a landlord that owns X amount of properties, man. Once you fill up all those properties, okay, I can't make any more money. So now I got like a constant flow of, money coming in.
You wouldn't be happy with having, a shop full of chairs and they're all filled. Would you be happy with that or no?
I would be happy with that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would be able to make it work. Because I know with my cash flow, I would take that money and I would either invest it back into the shop or I would invest it in other things, entrepreneur-wise.
Do you think you'd partner up ever or no? Or I guess let me ask you this way. What are the benefits of being a solopreneur, in your opinion, versus, a partnership?
The fact that everything is on me. If I fuck up, I know it's my responsibility.
You want to be the sole responsibility
I want to be
holder?
sole responsibility. I don't want like somebody else, forgot to fill out some paperwork or pay a bill or whatever. And then, whatever they like their clumsiness affect me. I want to be 100%, taking care of my thing.
But I mean, you can only do so much. You're one man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I guess I just kind of like the challenge.
So you think you can take on the challenge of being an entrepreneur all by yourself? In a sense of, obviously you have people working for you. That's it. But like I'm saying, responsibility wise, you'd want to hold the responsibility all on your own.
I would, yeah. If it comes to like, opening a business with someone, I would like to do it on my own. I think the only other person I would partner with would probably be my son or my wife.
Interesting.
Put the family on.
Interesting.
That would be my main thing.
Why is that? Why not? Why would you tie your family into a business?
I know my son, I feel like he wants to be a business owner one day too. I want to do what I can to, help him achieve that. My wife, the same thing. I'm sure she'll get to the point where one day she's tired of working for a boss and she might want to go and do her own thing. And I know her, like I know my wife, bro. Like she just loves the freedom of entrepreneurship. She doesn't like to be told what to do, like it's like, dude, just the freedom of like, being your own boss, having a company is a beautiful thing, man. It's stressful and beautiful at the same time. And I'd like to put my family on it.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. This kind of brings me. You kind of like. What the funny thing is? As we're having this conversation, obviously, I have my plan of questions that I want to ask you, but you seem to kind of get ahead of it, because my next question for you would be, regarding your family, as well as, like, listen, I know you got kids. You mentioned you just you just had another boy, and kids is a big part of it.
Oh, yeah.
And I would like to know, what is it that you want them to learn from this? Like, how do they tie into the business? What would you want them to take away from you as a business owner? What would you want them to learn? What would you want to teach them through this?
You know that nothing comes easy.
Nothing comes easy.
Nothing comes easy. I'm pretty sure, like right now, I'm at a high point, I'm at a high point right now where I got people, renting chairs for me, but they're gonna see a lot of ups and downs. This is just the beginning. I know, like when I'm at my lowest, it could be the point where I have all my barbers walk away from me, whatever reason, and I'm here alone, and I'm the one that's gonna have to be the one to pick up all the pieces. And I think they need to see things like that. That's in life sometimes. People, like, all you really have is yourself, or all you really have is your family, and you got to be prepared to pick up your own pieces and fix things rather than shut down and give up. I know my son, man, he's seen me at a lot of rock bottoms, but I always just refuse to give up and play victim. And I see my son, he's the same way. I'm going to tell him, listen, man, people are not going to like where you're going to be in life,
What specific things do you talk to him about?
I'm not the type that is going to push him, hey, this is what you're going to do. You're going to follow this. I guess it would just be like my lessons in life. I could just give to them. Because honestly, I would, like, my son, he wants to be an immigration lawyer.
Interesting.
Yeah, he wants to be an immigration lawyer. So honestly, we need those in the family, We need those a lot. So I'm like, hey, if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do that. But just know, it takes hard work. You see how hard I had to work to get to where I'm at. I didn't get it by sitting on my ass and playing video games all day, man. Like, you gotta buckle down, and you gotta, go all in with it if that's what you really want to do. And I guess that's what I kind of want to leave from my sons, is like that attitude of, all right, man, if you want to do it, do it. Just go ahead and do it. Don't second guess yourself. See it through. And I guess it's like my legacy is more like a mentality I want to leave my kids with.
Perfect. Awesome.
Yeah,
That's
so,
awesome, man. That's better than most,
Yeah.
A lot of people don't even think about things like this. I'm going to give you a little bit of an easy round now. I know this is a little difficult for you. But I want to do a little lightning round with you.
All right.
So these type of questions, they are, quick, short. I give you two options. You just give me, you pick one or the other. Okay? So, first question. And you got to pick one or the other. You can't do both. Fade or taper?
Fade.
If you could do only one.
Fade.
Fade.
Yes.
Okay. If you were to pick UFC or boxing, what would it be?
UFC.
Why?
Man, I just love the
boxing,
aspect of
all
mixed
the
martial
Mexican.
arts. I know, man, but I
on.
like the aspect of mixed martial arts, man. You got jiu-jitsu, you got Muay Thai, you got a little bit of boxing and wrestling thrown in there, man. It's sick.
More versatile.
It's like Street Fighter or something,
Yeah.
more versatile.
Yeah. Okay. What's the most overrated haircut right now?
Man, I gotta say any blowout, man. Any of those broccoli type haircuts,
Broccoli type?
Those broccoli type
Like the
haircuts.
big-
Yeah, just big, poofy. Like, okay, they sit down. Okay, just give me a low taper, nothing off top. Like, oh fuck, dude. Like, it takes so long and it grows out hella quick, bro. Like, that's out, man. Let's leave that shit in 2025.
Nice. Okay. What's the worst thing a client can tell you in a chair?
Let's see. There's a lot of them, man. I know a lot of people that walk in the shop say, okay, who's the best? I'll just say, oh, they're right down the street.
They ask you who the best is?
Yeah, people will walk in, they're like, all right, who's the best at cutting hair here? Like, oh, dude, they called out sick. They don't work here no more, bro.
Oh, shit.
And they're out later,
I
bro.
mean, at that point, you already know what that guy's looking for.
Yeah, man.
And what kind of annoying, client he could be.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Nice. Okay. One or the other, if you had to pick one only. Tattoos or piercings?
Oh, tattoos, bro.
Okay.
All day. I'm blasted right now. I got my chest, I got my back.
But you got some
my
piercings
arms.
too.
Like, I got some gauges and whatnot. You know, those are pretty cool. My wife hates them.
Nice. Clippers or scissors?
Clippers. I like the machines, man. The hum, the zzz, zzz, when it goes over, bro. Like clippers all day.
Nice. Okay. Girl barber or male barber?
Oh man, dude, probably male barber.
Really?
Gotta represent, yeah.
Why?
I'll go male barber, man. Well, so what do you mean? Who's
Like
better
if
at
you
cutting hair?
walked into a shop, who would you want to cut your hair? Male barber or a female barber?
Man, honestly, I'll probably go. I wouldn't care, man. Honestly, I really gotta look at their. I gotta see how they move. I gotta see what they do with their clippers first, you know. Like I don't really just walk
But you
in.
don't
I
give
don't.
them
I don't really walk in blind to anything
But you
like
don't
that,
give
bro.
them a test run. You're like, you got two options. You know?
Man, me shit.
Come on, pick one.
I guess it grows back, bro. I'll go boy barber.
Boy barber?
Yeah.
Okay, no
I'm not
problem.
gonna lie.
Okay.
I'm all
And,
trying to be politically correct and shit. Nah,
okay,
I'll go
okay.
boy barber.
All right. Now, would you want to retire early or cut hair forever?
I would love to cut hair forever. I love what I do. I think when I cut, I want to be that barber, like that goes out like a legend. I want to have an appointment at 10 a.m., walk through the door, and just find me there dead in my chair waiting
Damn.
for them. Yeah.
Really?
They're like, damn, yeah, man, I want to die doing this, bro. I love what I do.
For real? Wow.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
I want to freak them out too.
That would be pretty dramatic,
yeah,
man.
Just walk in like, oh, fuck, dude.
The guy died.
Hey, man, like, hey, big dog, like, fuck, who else can cut my hair? Like, yeah.
Wow. Okay. What about barbering stands out to you the most, bro? That you were like, that you could talk about with someone who has no idea what barbering is. You know?
What stands out the most? I just like the creative aspect of it, man. You know, like not one person can make a haircut look exactly the same as the next dude.
Bro, but it's just a haircut, bro. Like a fade's a fade, no?
Nah, man.
No?
If that's the mentality, bro, you've never got a good fade. That's all I can say.
You never gotten a good fade.
Yeah, you haven't got a good fade. You don't know what a good haircut, or you just don't care. But man, I just like, dude, it's an art, you know.
Yeah.
I can make somebody that walks in with like 6 months of hair sit down, get them out of my chair, and they can go out to the club that night and pull a bad one. You know.
So you can be a wingman to someone almost.
I'm a magician, bro. I'm the matchmaker.
Yeah.
I'm the one.
I can see that.
This is where it
Hell
all
yeah.
starts. This is where it happens.
No, the cut is actually, honestly, I'll agree. A cut changes you. A cut can literally change you, because oftentimes I'm like, I go out. It's certain places I don't even go out without a cut, you know? A lot of times I don't really care what I look like, because, for work, I don't necessarily go out to and meet people every day, right?
Right.
But to certain meetings and places, you just can't. You need a good cut. You need those weddings, those nights, those club nights or whatever. Whenever
You're trying to lock in that business deal.
Yeah.
Like, do you really want to go to a business meeting or sell your product to someone and you look like a caveman? Like, no,
Yeah.
no one's gonna want to throw money at you, dog.
That is true.
They want to see the dude that's all cut, crispy, clean, who cares about how they look. How can I trust you to care about me if you don't care how yourself looks?
But bro, I could
everything.
go to great clips, get a $15, $20 cut. That'd be fine, no?
Oh yeah, that could be cool for someone, but they're just buying a little cookie cutter product when you go to Great Clips. Like here, I'm actually having a conversation with you. I'm hearing about what you got going on, your plans, and I'm pre-gaming you for whatever you might be going into, whatever you might be needing to look good for. Or if you just like to look good, just to look good for you.
So you're saying a guy or a gal at Great Clips is not as talented?
I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying their corporate structure, they are more around get your ass in and get your ass out of the chair.
As fast as possible.
As fast as possible.
So you don't really care how fast you cut the hair. So if it takes 40 minutes or an hour, do you care or no?
Man, you know, personally, I don't care.
You don't
I
care.
just want to make sure that the person's taking care of me. Because that's what you get when you leave a barbershop. You get that feeling of, okay, this guy cares about how I look no matter how long I might have took, you know. 45 minutes, an hour, you can tell when somebody cares, puts their all into it.
What would be the last thing you want to... Imagine you're a young barber. What would be the last thing you would want to recommend or suggest to someone that was, you know, that hasn't made his decision to start a business, perhaps has a family, you know, that's going through the pressures? What would be the one thing you would say or recommend to that person, whether it be you or somebody else? Imagine like a younger yourself.
Just weather the storm. Just weather the storm. Everything you're going through is gonna develop who you're gonna be in the future. You know, just don't give up. That's all I can say. Is don't give up. See everything through.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Well, you guys, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you made it this far, I want to ask you again, please subscribe, like, and comment. Your feedback helps us to make this a better podcast for you every single episode. All right, you guys, take care. Till next time.